What's going on, everyone? And again, another pumpkin recipe to add to the collection for the Cellucor Nation. Today we're going to be making a low-carb pumpkin pancake that involves a recipe I've done before, but we're just going to add in pumpkin to the season, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. Dry ingredient wise, we're going to use 25 grams of the cinnamon swirl whey, which is already in here, a touch of cinnamon, a touch of Splenda, about a gram or two of each, a little bit of baking powder, and that composes our dry ingredients. Wet ingredient wise, I'm using a magic bullet. You can use a neutral blend, any other kind of blender. I have 2 whole eggs and about 6 egg whites, which is about 200 grams of liquid egg whites if you want to use the cartons you can get from the stores. And I blended it up for a couple minutes so that way it foams up, so that way when we add our 50 grams of pumpkin, which is right here, and our dry ingredients, as so. We will just toss it back in the blender, and then we'll put it on our skillet, and we'll cook up our pancake, which I'll be right back for. Now, when we cook our pancake, it's always on a medium heat, so that's what I have our skillet on. I'm going to lightly coat it with some cooking spray. We will be ready to rock. So we're going to take our mixture that we blended up here, drop it in there, and this is going to make a nice, very thick pancake. So we're going to have to let it sit for about a minute or so until the bottom cooks, and slightly push in the edges along the side, so that way we can get all the other debris and all the other moisture on top underneath, so that way it can solidify a hole before we use our spatula to flip it over. Or we can use the cheater method, where we use a plate, put it on the plate, and then drop it right back on the skillet. So either way, you get yourself a good egg pancake. So let's let it cook for a little bit. And you can see it's a little bit gooey on top, but the bottom is solidified even when I do shake it. So, you know, we could go for the old school flip method, which I'll probably do today. Or you can transfer this onto a plate and then flip the plate back onto the skillet. So that way, you know, you still get your pancake as a whole. So make sure you get under it and a quick flip of the wrist. It's all you really need to get your pancake flipped over. And got a little bit on my wrist, but other than that, you can see it gives it a nice good texture. And this is what our pancake's going to look like when it's completed. So I'm going to give this another minute to finish up, and then we're going to plate it up. But other than that, the entire dish here that you see is 15 grams of carbs. It's a low-carb pancake, 10 grams of fat, and 55 grams of protein for around 350 calories in a full pancake. Now, while that's finishing, what can you do with the pancake? Well, you could top it with, say, some nut butter, such as a peanut butter, an almond butter. You know, you can use things like PB2, Walden mixes. You can use the chocolate, the caramel, the pancake syrup. These are all great additions that you can put onto your syrup. You could also make a protein pudding with some Greek yogurt, like I've done in many of my reviews in the Cellucor Core Performance Whey, and use that as an extra topping on your pancake. So you could make a smaller pancake and then add that as well. But other than that, let's let this finish and we'll come back and see the final product. As you can see, guys, it's a little bit firm and crunchier on top, has a little bit of a brown taste, brown look to it. So we should be good to plate our pumpkin pancake there. So I'm going to let that sit. And all in all, guys, a 350 calorie pumpkin Cellucor Core Performance cinnamon swirl pancake. Enjoy!